Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to part 10 of the Metroid Prime.
Yay, not ugly suit.
There we go, there you go. Are you happy now, guys?
Back,
Yes.
shoulders.
Hut, 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 hut. If they ever make another Tech Mobile, I think for the Nintendo version, Samus should be an unlockable character.
Why haven't they made a Mario Oh wait, because
it's Japan.
Japan, yeah. Well, I mean, what would they call it in not America? Mario.
American football.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
nobody
Mario.
would give a shit about it there.
No.
That always bugged me, football and soccer. Why do we call the game where you...
Oh, actually, there's a reason for that. It was original. Okay, I might be getting this wrong, but the game in Europe was originally called soccer. So that's what we called it when we had it in America. And somewhere along the line, Europe decided to start calling it football instead, and we just never changed the name. So, yeah.
Huh.
The more you know.
Given our track record with naming things, I would have thought it was America that changed the name. Because, we at one point America went through this phase where we were being really petty about being different than the UK.
Well, they were kind of dicks to us. They were all like, "Oh, we're gonna make you pay lots of money for stupid tea."
Yeah, and then we turn around and try to rename French fries Freedom Fries. It's like, okay.
America, just stop.
Yes.
No, that's not. No, John, that's not America. That's Murica.
That's America.
America.
I understand.
Okay.
Well, America should just stop.
It's no longer Captain America, it's Captain America.
It's Captain America.
No, Captain America is just like you see him in the comic books. Captain Murica has an apostrophe M on his hat, has a trash can for a shield, and has a giant potbelly.
And goddamn, we love him for it.
The worst part is we're dragging Canada, and all the countries of South America, along with Mexico, down with our bad name simply because everyone calls us America, as if we're the entire continent or something.
You
No,
might as
people
well
just
be.
sort of forget that Canada exists, so they don't get any of our good press or bad press. They just they're just there.
Well, then again, what was the statistic? Like 80-something% of Canadians live within 100 miles of the U.S. border.
So they could just come over anytime they want.
Yeah, so.
Welcome to America.
America.
Fuck yeah.
Okay, so now that we got the ice beam, we can finally explore the rest of the Franjana Drifts. This is actually the second version of the Franjana Drifts theme you're hearing, which I love.
I love this entire
when-
soundtrack.
When do they change the? What's the trigger for changing the music?
Depends on which room you're in.
In where? The Franjana Drifts, or...?
Well, I know that. If they play the original theme, if you go back to the first couple of rooms for Franjana.
Yeah, because Franjana is technically 2 areas.
Okay.
3
well,
if you want to count the Ice Temple area, because that has different music in itself too.
Well, okay. Well, then I know that Tallon IV Overworld has changes its song at some point. What's the trigger for?
I don't recall. I think it's after you get the Varia suit.
No, it can't be after you get the Varia suit, because I had the Varia suit when you had the Varia suit when you explored.
No, you're right. All right, not the Varia suit. It might be one of the beam power-ups, or it could be another suit upgrade. Actually, it might be the boost ball.
Boost ball.
But
Trigger.
I'm not sure. Well, because at that point you need to go back to Town Overworld to use the half pipe structure to get to the higher area.
So
But,
it might be before that.
It might be somewhere
Screw
around
attack.
there. I was never sure though.
Now it's kind of odd that the gravity suit power-up's just sort of lying there. Normally stuff like this would be like after a boss or something.
Yeah, I always took it because it was a Chozo planet. The Chozo left that there for us.
But they already left it
the
to
ice-
us in 2 other places.
It fell into the water, got frozen in the ice, and the ice just conveniently broke in time for us to find it.
Ugh, purple.
I like the gravity suit's design. Well, not so much in this game, because it just looks like Samus just started painting her suit purple and stopped halfway through. But when it's entirely purple, I like the gravity suits.
Yeah, I was actually curious as to why the gravity suit in this game looks a bit odd compared to the gravity suit in the previous games, and I think it's because I don't think the inner armor was yellow in the older games.
If he was just entirely orange.
No, not entirely. I'm talking about, well, the various suit is you have the orange outer armor, then you have the yellow part in the thigh area and the calves, and then in the gravity suit, I think in Super Metroid was a bit more of a purple tint. Off the top of my head, I'm not sure. I'm actually looking at the sprite right now, and of course my
Well, I
internet
think
connection just went to
just
shit.
from a design perspective, all they did in Super Metroid was they just changed the palette from the various suit palette to the gravity suit palette.
Yeah.
In Prime, you have the base power suit model, and then they have the various suit stuff, which is just like an attachment of shoulder plates onto her shoulders. So I think that the gravity suit's just sort of the same thing, where there's just an extra purple layer stapled on top of the power suit.
Yeah.
Something like that.
That's more or less what it looks like.
That's what it. In Super Metroid, the gravity suit, besides the purple outer armor, it turned the inner yellow armor into some sort of bluish tint, giving it actually more of an aquatic appearance from my eyes. But in this game, the inner armor stays yellow. Zero Mission does that too, actually.
I don't really remember. Well, it's a little bit harder to notice in 2D Pro, I think.
Well, no, because she's always there's always a profile view. You can barely see the inner armor.
Also, you're only wearing the gravity suit for like 10 minutes in Zero Mission.
Assuming you're not going 100%.
Yeah.
Well, you have to go obnoxiously out of your way to go 100% in Zero Mission.
Thank you,
'Cause-
Metroid 1.
Well, no, it's not even that. It's just you have to use a power bomb to break through a specific glass tube and then go all the way through all the other... Like, ignore the final boss completely and go through all the old areas and get all the stuff there. It's very out of the way.
I think it's the most out of the way in this series. Fusion coming close.
I think it's more even worse than Fusion because you have to completely ignore the final boss in order to get all that stuff.
Yeah, just hold on a sec, Mother Brain. I have some missiles to pick up.
No, Mother Brain's already dead at that point. Just hold on a second, whoever the hell is watching me.
Right.
Robo Ridley.
Robo Ridley.
What a joke.
That's the only time that thing kind of appears. I'm very curious as to what the hell they were thinking when they made it.
We wanted to add extra content. Who should our extra boss be? I don't know. We already did Meta Ridley, so Robo Ridley.
Genius.
They were what you stumbled upon in that game was Meta Ridley being built, like halfway through construction, and by beating it, you knocked everything that happened afterwards out of canon. So that's why the Prime games don't exist anymore.
God
Well,
damn it.
I didn't know that would happen.
Nice job breaking everything, guys.
Alright, now we're gonna have to wait until the next save point or something to see what that goddamn Fusion version looks like.
Nope, he just curled up.
It's gonna win more problem.
Ugh.
What do you think?
Well, it's better than yellow.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
I actually, okay, not Prime models, but in general, I really do love Fusion's gravity suit design.
It's pretty much the various suit version, only it's slimmer.
I like the color scheme for this one.
Yeah.
It's
This
better
is
than
actually
yellow.
This is the color scheme I was actually referring to it. The outer purple with the inner bluish tint.
You know something? Maybe it's just because I see the various suit as the iconic design, but I can't help but feel a bit weird when I get the gravity suit and suddenly I'm playing in a different color and outfit and stuff.
Just wait until Prime 2.
Oh yeah, you don't even get the gravity suit in that one.
No,
Gravity
you
suit does not exist in Prime 2. You get the gravity booster.
You're only ever wearing the lighter dark suits in that game,
Pretty
right?
Well, you're normal for a little while, but once you get the dark suit, it's bye-bye classic design for the entire game.
Now, I've never played Prime 2, so can you switch between the light and dark suits at will?
No,
or-
light. No.
Nope. They stack.
Okay.
Once
So
you have the light
what-
suit, you can't go back.
Nope.
But
Once
is
you
it-
go white, you never go. No, that's not right. But
Or you could try and be
Once
a
you
secret,
go
or you
white,
could
you'll
just
stay
try,
all night.
or you could just be a sequence breaker and try and beat the game without getting any of the suits. Good luck.
I'd imagine. Oh well, at that point, how the hell are you going to get past Dark Aether?
You can.
Well, I'd imagine you can, but
People
you have
have
to be
done it.
rocking a lot of energy tanks.
People have done it.
You know, there are games that I can imagine people doing stupid specialty runs for. Prime 2 doesn't seem like one of them, you know?
Actually,
I'm not
this
really
combination of colors sort of works.
It looks better when it's in 2D, that's just all that I'm gonna say.
I just like
Yeah.
the class game in general.
Still cool to have.
I love the Dark Suit in Prime 2 for two reasons. One, it gives Samus yo-yos on her shoulders.
Yeah.
And two, it gives her a metallic thong.
What?
Oh. I think I know what you're talking about, yeah.
And then there's the apple suit. I mean, light suit.
I was gonna call it the Wii suit, but whatever.
Nah, it looks
I don't
more-
know.
No, Apple suit's more fitting.
It's
What
needlessly
kind of
kind
Apple
of
device has 3 searchlights on chest area?
the new iPhone 6. Revolutionary new technology. You should pay another $600 for it.
How is it
It's a
revolutionary?
flashlight.
Well, there's a map app on this one. Ooh. Fancy.
The
But I
screen is slightly
downloaded one of those for the one I already have.
The screen is slightly longer.
Ah, god damn it, Apple. You'd be decent if you'd stop that crap. You're like the Capcom of hardware.
You also need to pay $5.99 to unlock your base apps.
Plus $1, plus $1, plus $1.
Plus a dollar. Want a different wallpaper for your iPhone 6? $1.99.
God forbid. And I know we're all joking here, but we don't know what the future holds.
No, have you guys heard about the Final Fantasy iPhone touchscreen game, All the Bravest, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That game is such a dick with microtransactions. Because if you want to get any new characters, you pay them $1 and then you get a random new character. You don't get a pick, it just gives you a random one. So if you want Cloud, you might end up with Nameless White Mage from Final Fantasy 1, and then you're just screwed.
Yeah, I read about that. I don't appreciate that at all.
No
Then
one
again, I
does.
have no interest in that game whatsoever.
No
but
one
I can
No,
agree.
it was everyone got pissed at Square.
Oh, I'd be too if I was really interested in it. I'm
It's one of
not,
the-
but I can still understand.
Well, no, it's not that people were interested in the game itself, but the All the Bravest name was copyrighted a couple of months before they announced the game itself. So people were thinking that that was going to be the English localization title for a 3DS RPG called Bravely Default Flying Fairy, which has a ton of hype behind it, and they still haven't announced a translation yet. So when Square announced his crappy Final Fantasy iPhone game, everyone just got super pissed at them. Fuck Square nowadays.
There's
by the
just
way.
something about an iOS game that has a stigma on it.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you over my lack of Versus 13 announcements.
What the hell happened with that game? Can I ask?
No one cares. The end.
I
whole
don't
lot-
either.
no,
What's going
every-
on with it?
No, that's like the one thing that looks like genuinely good, unquestionably, that Square is making right now, and apparently it's going through all sorts of development hell and then being delayed because they want to get out easier games and shit.
Because people would rather play yet another Final Fantasy 13.
They want to play the storyline where Lightning goes to GameStop to return her own product.
Lightning is apparently Jesus in that game. She guides souls to paradise before the apocalypse, etc.
Well, that's not that wasn't Jesus's role. That was.
It's still symbolic.
But it's also Japanese, which means that they're probably going to miss the point completely. I see that a lot whenever with Japanese stuff. It's like we're just gonna reference Christian stuff because that's edgy and cool.
It's Japanese, so Jesus and God are for some reason enemies now. Okay.
Wait a minute.
I don't like myself.
Talk about a father-son relationship.
How's it a father-son relationship? I thought they were the same person.
It's complicated.
Yes, I know. That's why I'm joking.
It involves time travel.
Marth?
Barth? Oh, Fire Emblem 13 is amazing, by the way. You should get it. If you can find it.
By the time
Yeah.
this gets out, I'm sure it'll be more available.
I don't know. I feel like Nintendo's purposefully holding back retail copies just so that they can get people to download it instead. Which is a
What?
dick move, for the record.
Why would they want to do that?
So that the
only
people who
use the
pre-ordered
eShop
it on
service.
Amazon will buy the game twice. Once on the eShop just to get it first, and then they'll have their retail copy come in later for easy monies.
Have you guys ever been tempted to do something like that?
Not really.
No.
No, because I knew from the start that I was going to hold out for a retail release and not get the download version.
At that point, I would get a refund on my retail release and then get the download version.
No, I want the box and the cartridge.
Yes.
Because the 3DS can only hold like 2 retail games on its memory before you have to start deleting shit.
Ah.
That's pretty abysmal.